Hello everyone and welcome to our video on translating idioms across media. In this short presentation, we'll explore what idioms are, why they're tricky to translate, and how different translation theories help us deal with them in literature, advertisement, movies, and music. My name is Ken Sebastian and besides me is Muhammad Luki and Jagatita Arya. Next. Firstly, what exactly is an idiom? An idiom is a group of words whose meaning isn't exactly literal. You can figure it out by just translating each word. For example, break a leg doesn't mean to harm yourself. It means good luck. In Indonesian, we also have what we know as ada udang di balik batu, which literally means there's a shrimp behind the rock. But figuratively, it means something suspicious is going on. Next. Why idioms are hard to translate? Well, idioms is hard to translate because they are deeply cultural and by identity is unique to each other. They often doesn't make sense outside their original context. A literal translation can confuse or even mislead the audience. This is why translators need to understand the culture and the intent behind the idiom, and not just the mere words. Next. To tackle idioms, let's look at the eh, two important translation theories. Firstly, there's Eugene Snida's theory. He introduced formal equivalence and dynamic equivalence. Formal aims to stick closely to the structure of the source text, while dynamic focus on how the messages impact the audience. Very useful for idioms. And secondly, there is Hans Vermeer's Scopus theory. This particular theory says the translator should choose strategies based on the purpose of the translation. So, if you're translating a joke, the goal is to be funny, not literal.
Yeah. Idioms in literature. Let's see how idioms show up in literature. Translating them means deciding how to balance meaning and style. For the examples, ada udang di balik batu becomes there's something fishy is going on. Second, Bobby Bear becomes talk of the town, and Jatuh Hati becomes fell in love. Translators must preserve not just meaning, but mood and tone. Idioms and advertisements. Advertisements love idioms because they're catchy. For examples, harga kaki lima, rasa bintang lima. Translates to street food prices, five-star taste. Second, murah meriah becomes affordable luxury. And English idiom bang for your buck might be localized as hemat tapi puas. Okay, next, idioms and subtitles. Subtitles are tricky, limited space, fast reading, and cultural differences. Here's how some idioms get adapted. hit a sack, comes tidur. Is on thin ice, translated as dia dalam masalah. And you nailed it becomes kamu berhasil. Idioms and songs. Songs use idioms for emotion, rhythm, and creativity. Let's check some example. First, piece of cake becomes sangat mudah. Under my skin, my translate as menggangguku. Jump the gun becomes terlalu cepat. Okay.
Strategies to translating idioms. So how do translators actually deal with idioms? Here are some key strategies. The first one is use equivalent idiom in the target language. The second one is paraphrase meaning. The third one is replace a non-idiomatic phrase. The fourth one is going to keep the original and add a footnote or explanation. The strategy depends on the purpose, the audience, and the medium. Next. For the conclusion, to sum it up, translating idioms is not just about words, it's about meaning, culture, and creativity. Whether it's a novel, a TikTok ad, a movie, or a love song, the translator has to ask what's the goal and how do I make it resonate. It's a tough job, but also an art form. Art form. Next. Here are the reference we use for this project, including theories from NIDA and Vermeer, scholarly articles, and idiom databases. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this and or found it helpful, feel free to share, follow, or reach out. Thank you, everyone.